Hello. I quit having OCD. Before I go into that, it's important to say I'm not no professional. It's just my experience, my personal experience, and that's what this is. You should, see a therapist and read books and everything. Don't do this yourself. So, the backstory. I've been having symptoms or whatever you call them. I'm not native speaker. Since I was like maybe like 10 years old, I had compulsions like constantly checking um the door handle and the door locks, because one time when we were going to sleep, I decided to to check the door if it was what the hell, if it was closed, and it was not, and I was shooketh. I was scared, and it was just an incident, but the town that we lived in, we always had like, oh, there's a murder going around and everything. So I was scared, and I feel like that scarred me. Um, that's why I used to check the locks. I was like doing the lower one, checking this, checking the higher one, and then together. So like three times, and then it was not enough. I was like doing one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. So it like nine times, and then it would go up and up and up. Um, then what added is electricity, the sockets, um, and the cooker. I have a electric one, and a fridge also added. I was basically I'm scared to leave. I was scared to leave the flat because I thought that I didn't really turn anything off, and it was just left on, and everything will just go on fire, set up on fire and just burn, and I will be the reason of that. But I began working on it late 2022. um and it got worse 2023 when I started living by myself, um because there was no one to check everything. I couldn't leave the house knowing that someone is there. So it definitely progressed, and the peak was like I think May 4th 2023, when I couldn't go home, from I study in a different city, and I couldn't go home to my you know parents. I couldn't leave the flat. I had such panic I've never felt before. After that, this was when I took some sort of medication, and I left the next day. But after that, I was given pills. Again, they were not prescribed, and again, this is not the way you do it. But be aware. See a real therapist, a real doctor. I was taking some medication, and that's when my whole worldview changed. I was like, oh, this is how life can be. And that feeling never left me. I was like, this is what life can be without this. And it made me go harder. And my friends knew about the incident, uh, and they gifted me a therapy visit. This was the one and only therapy visit that I had, but it changed my whole life, because since then I was just like, oh, I know now. And was working on myself. Was reading a lot of books. Doing a lot of self digging, a lot of talking, yeah, a lot of asking questions. Also, I had obsessive thoughts about just you sitting there and someone like and you think, oh, like someone's about to die, from your family or maybe even your friends sometimes, or someone's about to fail, be in a crash, and you start just knocking on wood. You like, and I was doing this endlessly. This has been with me since I was a teenager. I don't know what age exactly, but in 2020, people started really catching up, and they were like, trying to mimic me because they didn't understand what the fuck I was doing. So they were like, and I was spitting so much. My skin was drying up, and just became, it was a torture. It was a torture, and miraculously, after a lot of work on myself, I just got rid of that, belief in magic thinking, and I just stopped believing in superstitions. And I think I gotta credit Rita Kaminsky for that. I today I want to credit everyone because it's like 5 a.m. but I can't sleep. I just felt the freedom, the stress free in my body. I had to talk. Rita Kaminsky, yeah, she's a YouTuber and she's making videos about law of attraction, and she really made me believe about stuff that you can do. Like, you gotta put your mind to it. I wouldn't say that I'm a real believer of law of attraction nowadays, but at that time it really was something that pushed me. And then it was Layla Hermosi. Her content, I mean, she's got over like a million followers on YouTube right now. But when I saw her channel first, it was like little to no. As far as I remember, followers. She just started doing it, and I was like, well. And some things she was saying, I deep down I knew, deep down I knew they were right, but I was just, oh, that's too radical. I'm not ready, and that's why I just came back to the channel later. And she keeps dropping great videos, great advice, and you know that helped me because she's herself, struggling with anxiety, OCD, and stuff like that. And yes, so it's just they are sort of like pillars or the bricks in the system that allowed me to go further and finally cure from it. Then it was D Chanel. um, it may seem it may be social or something, but I feel like when you put out good into the world, like this good is being received. And D, like she told me, not told me, she taught me how to be yourself, how to stand up for yourself, how to think by yourself, how to have your own opinions despite, someone trying to brainwash you. Mm-mm. And what's also important, she's speaking up about, important stuff in society, and she's also talking about her struggles. She talks or talked about her like social anxiety and of course, racism problems, which are so heartbreaking to me. I just don't know when we as a humankind will move past such a crazy concept as racism. But yeah, in her also weight loss journey, it was just important to see, like people who, despite all the struggles, they keep moving and they keep working on themselves and they thrive. in in self work, or they're just become better humans. I'm sorry again. I'm not a native speaker. I just try to get my points to y'all because I feel real grateful, and I also already thank my friends who were here for me, and also who the ones who gifted me the visit. I just want to put this out to the world. I Yeah, and also I'm going to go to work tomorrow, and I want to thank people there because I was studying in a school that I didn't want to study to for a long time, and it was a toxic environment for me. Um, and I was told that, oh, it's everywhere like that. No, it's not. I found real good people there. And there were also a change, but I feel like one of the most like powerful sources. I don't know if this can be or cannot, but for me, this was 911. 911 series. I When I tell you I cried every episode, first three seasons, with the exception of three series of three episodes. Like it just was every like everything was so healing. Like um this just this is serious about cooperation, uh in people helping others while they're facing personal hardships in their personal lives, but they still they're here for each other, and they're there for other people at their job. So it was so refreshing for me to see that. That's why, yeah, I don't know. It was just really, really healing. It felt like healing, and I'm gonna keep watching because I'm on season 6, episode 2. Couldn't get past that. Had a quite busy beginning of the year, but yeah, again, see a therapist. See that therapist. Talk to them, and don't do anything that could potentially harm yourself. I was just I had some knowledge in psychology because of my studying, so I was not doing anything out of line. But you sometimes can just go out of line and not notice that. So see a real therapist, and everything is possible. And thanks again, Britta Kaminsky, Lila Hermosi, and D. Chanel. Uh, Rita was and Layla in D. You are a part of my daily routine, and that's why I credit I credit you for this result. And I feel like you've oh my god, I feel like you've given so much good to me that the least I could do is keep supporting you, watching your videos, because it's not even like a chore for me because I just put it up, and I know after work and I'm cooking and doing laundry or whatever, and I'm watching and I'm like, yes. So the least I could do is just say thank you. So thank you everyone who watched it. I just feel so strange. I should have been sleeping. I have a 12-hour working day tomorrow or already today, but I couldn't sleep. I just the feeling I don't have none burning in here. I don't have stress going here from here to everywhere else, and I don't sweat in horror anymore when I'm doing something, because we actually had um a fire in a house lately. our basement was on fire because a worker forgot. This what triggered me to turn off the heater. Um, and this is my scary thought. This is my obsession, and uh, I was scared that I was about to not turn something off and everything would be on fire. Um, nope, nope. I said fuck that, and um we're gonna work, and I worked, and I can't believe it's finally over. I can't believe, but I better believe. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Okay. So, this video is a mess. No script, no nothing. But again, thank you very much for watching. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about next. Hopefully something good. So if you struggle with something, just know that it's possible to get rid of it, and you should get help. So it would be easier for you to live through it and get rid of it. Yeah. So be strong, and patient. Be strong and patient. And yeah, probably the next thing we're gonna talk about is my gym progress and weight loss journey. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Oh.